Well, I very long never think about football.
I look up, I don't look down.
The gloves are off.
Antonio! It's free! West Ham are over the hills and far away right now. And Lacazette! Recovery complete!
Again, 3-0. Turning into a very, very good night for the Seagulls.
That is a magnificent goal! It's a truly outstanding hat-trick for Tottenham Hotspur. It is horrible!
Welcome everyone to another episode of Football Armchair Experts, where we pretend to know everything but actually we know nothing. What have you been catching up with during the international break, viewers? Or should I say listeners, because this will be the first ever episode of our show that will also be compatible on Spotify. So I think we'll put the link in the description below if everything goes right. And of course, that will also mean that we have new joiners. So we are a group of friends from Singapore and we preview Premier League games every week. Of course, we're not going to pretend to be impartial. Most of our experts are actually pretty biased, I would say. Liverpool fan Inran, Chelsea fan Robin, Newcastle fan Manjun, and I myself, Mark, I'm a Fulham fan. So we'll be bringing you through the previous match weeks, 28 and 29, and looking forward to match week 30. So I guess we can start off with the Arsenal game coming up because, the last time out, they had the most exciting game in match week 29. They had a 3-goal comeback against West Ham. Of course, that followed their first North London derby win in 6 attempts as well. So, Inran, I guess someone who watched the Arsenal-West Ham game, impressed by Arsenal, or, maybe the 3-goal collapse at the start sort of worried you?
I think it's a game of, is it even two halves? It's not really two halves, because towards the end of the first half, Arsenal were already sort of in control. You also know, Arsenal's defense is sometimes it's a bit hit or miss. You can say Arteta has made them more solid or whatever, but once in a while they will just completely collapse. So I think that's what happened against West Ham, and then West Ham just capitalized on the situation. It's they played well in some instances, and then in some it's just those type of out of nowhere goals. It's suddenly a quick counter attack, and then you're just through the whole defense, those type. So at one point when it's 3-0 down, right, it's I think most people would have given up hope. It's you feel like Arsenal already gone already at that point. But I mean, kudos to them, they managed to come back and everything. But I feel that it doesn't really change most people's opinion on Arsenal. They always had this in them, to suddenly lose to random teams, and then to fight back. And sometimes they have good games and then they can fight back. So I guess in this game it's both together. It's they collapse and then they fight back. So it's so which resulted in 3-3. I don't think you can read too much into that result.
Yes, in isolation, this West Ham result doesn't really, mean much in terms of momentum. But in combination of their first win in the North London derby in 6, that possibly gives Arsenal a little bit of win in their sails. I don't know if Robin, you watched the North London derby or not.
Only bits and pieces I was half watching, half playing game. Yeah, but I agree Arsenal have the propensity to have these topsy-turvy type of performances. One moment excellent against big teams, they beat Leicester, they beat Spurs, really good. Then suddenly you play crap against West Ham, play shit, really, really bad. At least for one full half, right? They were down 3-1 at halftime, I think. And I think they were lucky to equalize. It could have been a very bad loss. It was end-to-end, right? So they could have easily lost it.
Mikel Antonio missing also at the end.
Yeah, and 2 own goals on West Ham's part. So
it's just massive luck.
Craig Dawson going for the Jimmy Carragher record for own goals.
To their credit, I mean, some players played well. Everybody's hyping about Odegaard. But then again, Arsenal fans are like that one, they are very excited about one player. Last season, it was Ceballos. Then when he suddenly have a dip in form, then they start to hate on the guy. And then they'll regret, what's he doing? He has no value. That kind of nonsense comments again. So that may happen with Odegaard, even if they sign him again, Arsenal fans are like that. I don't know when's the last time they truly supported a player.
I guess maybe you can say Saka, although it's been still 1.5 seasons at the most. Manjun impressed by Arsenal during these two matches.
If they manage to get Odegaard, so I think maybe a core of Saka, Martin Odegaard, Kieran Tierney, and Emil Smith, I think it'll be quite something to build around. So it's not as bleak as what people say.
Yeah, whatever lah. Arsenal always building and like never finish.
Yeah.
They building
Yeah,
since
Martin Odegaard go to
they
Arsenal,
building
sia.
since Arsene Wenger there, you know. It's like every year it's like we building the
But
squad, building the squad.
That's sort of an interesting parallel. I mean, they previously had like the Jack Wilshere, Theo Walcott generation, and all of them, I think you can say, didn't live up to their billing. It'll be interesting to see if this new group, would be able to bring Arsenal to new heights, or will they be sold to Everton? So,
when they have Van Persie, Fabregas, Nasri, they also still building. Then just sold already. And I was like, just what? Just like forever building.
Yeah, Arsenal, they need something to hold on to.
Liverpool, not sure if it's more or less the same. It's their second win in 8 games against Wolves. This is really long ago already. Not even sure if Imran actually watched it or not. But Diogo Jota goal settled the game. Confident of Liverpool stringing together another win here against Arsenal?
I feel like the international break can only be good for Liverpool. I mean, your form was already so shit before this. How like you can't get any lower than that already.
It cannot be lower than that, but it can be more or less the same.
Yeah, but I feel like it can only be good for Liverpool. I think what we are missing this season especially is like all the extra time that Klopp gets to drill all the like whatever they want to play on the pitch. I think maybe that has something to do with the dip in form. Like because this season you don't really have pre-season like time, you don't really have time throughout the season to adjust your squad, right? So like when you get injuries and all that, it's like when Kabak came in, right, you no choice, you just like put him on already. Like you don't really have time for him to adapt. Like Fabinho, you can still give him like half a season to adapt, those kind of things.
So in terms of when you mean fix it, right, are you looking for maybe in terms of tactical switch, or is it a case of getting the new players acclimatized to what Liverpool have already been doing the last few games?
I don't think it's tactical switch per se, but it's just like upping the game of each of the like individual players themselves. It's like if you can get them playing how they were playing like last season, then it's okay already.
So it's not like you're looking for a potential like change in formation, maybe their line is not so high up now, that kind of thing. It will be more or less the same lah.
I think with Klopp's style, it's very hard to change formation. You will never really divert that much from his philosophy and like how he wants to play the game. And honestly, I don't even think the defense is that bad. I think it's more of the attack and like how we don't score goals now. So with Jota coming back and hopefully with more like attacking drills and all that, like it will do something lah. Because the past couple of games is like really very bad for like in the attacking sense. You have a lot of possession, then you cannot score goals. You're just like passing it around, and it's just like damn shit lah.
Will you be afraid that Liverpool taking on this kind of Arsenal, would it be something maybe you prevent you from predicting a win?
No lah, Arsenal one game back, one game good. So like they get a good game already, right? Next game is already lah. I wouldn't bet on Arsenal's form. Liverpool still has the stronger squad, so overall I will still give Liverpool the win.
Okay.
As usual.
What kind of win? Yes, as usual.
Just really not as big now lah. 2-1 2-1.
Okay, 2-1 to Liverpool. Okay, Robin?
I am going to pull my draw card, my 2-2 draw card here.
Manjun?
Is it me or usually this kind of derbies is always a letdown game?
How? Usually it's just Liverpool like pummeling Arsenal lah.
Especially this season or like
yeah, there are a lot of 0-0, 1-1, that kind of low scoring games. Yes.
Yeah, but Liverpool Arsenal usually quite high on it. Usually it's Liverpool very high on it. It's always like 5-1, 4-1, 3-1, those kind of things.
Yeah, but we're talking about usually lah. I think this is not.
Yeah, this season not very usual.
This hasn't been usual.
Yeah, that's true lah.
Okay lah, since now nothing much to play for in the table, maybe I just want to win our table instead. Okay, I'll go for the win.
That's true.
I'll go for a 1-1 draw.
I'm not going for Arsenal win.
I know.
They could, they could.
I mean, look, it's always possible. The chances is not 0%. This kind of analysis. But yeah, somehow I don't quite see. Yeah, I don't see an Arsenal win. Should I be boring and go for the draw? I'll go for a Liverpool win, 1-0. Yeah, we can talk about the two teams that Arsenal and Liverpool faced last time out. Of course, Liverpool beat Wolves and Arsenal drew against West Ham. So we'll be going to Wolves versus West Ham. West Ham, failed to capitalize on Chelsea slipping up. So they didn't close the gap. They are still 2 points out of the top 4. Of course, Jay Lings is now the name on everyone's lips at West Ham. 5 goals in 8 games against Arsenal. I don't know how much you can say were you disappointed that West Ham didn't get any Didn't win against Man U, didn't beat Arsenal when they were 3-0 up also. I think we can start with Manjun. He seemed like he has a lot to say about West Ham.
For West Ham, I mean, I as a outsider looking in, I don't really support West Ham, but I don't think the performance against Arsenal is. I think you can take a lot of positives from the performance against Arsenal. Yeah, the good thing is they dominated the first half, so that's a good thing. But in the second half, even though they got wrecked quite bad, I still feel like they were quite dangerous on the counter, given the type of players that they have, like Berami, Jesse Lingard, Mikel Antonio. I mean, they all look very, very dangerous. So what I can say is that maybe this is a different West Ham team. More, I would say solid, but then there's some sort of X factor in them that they could potentially pull something off. So like even against Arsenal, I feel that they won the game. If maybe Mikel Antonio wasn't so.
I mean, they're 3-0 up, so
yeah.
Most people would have expected them to win after the first 20 minutes.
So, but for this game, to be honest, I don't know what's going on with Wolves also. I know that Rio Patricio is out. And welcome John Ruddy. I never seen the guy for so long. He's finally back. I thought he's still in USA playing for Dunlop team, but okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to straight away predict this game. I have full confidence that West Ham will beat Wolves. I'm going to go for a 3-0 West Ham game.
Oh, okay. So this time they managed to hold on to their 3-0
They better do. Oh my God, the Wolves can't score for shit, so I would think so.
Okay. Robin, having seen West Ham's results, I don't know if you've watched the games, are you scared of West Ham potentially challenging for a top 4, or is it really it's just between still Chelsea, Spurs, Liverpool, the usual suspects?
No, I think West Ham pose a serious threat. But I mean, obviously, I'm happy that they didn't win the previous round because Chelsea slipped up. First time Chelsea so lucky, but West Ham has to be considered a top 4 challenger. 2 points away only, so anything could still happen, to be honest. And their team, barring injuries, is actually a very solid, like first 11 wise, is a very stable, solid team that David Moyes has put together. So yes, a little bit worried, but Chelsea on paper should be stronger. They should not keep sleeping up. But football is beautiful, right? Anything can happen, right? I think West Ham will win. That's because Wolves are not clinical, right? So I think West Ham will win, maybe 2-1.
Inran, any thoughts on West Ham?
No they collapse like that. Like a bit no confidence. Maybe I think it's gonna be a draw. I hope it's I want West Ham to lose, but I don't see how. Oh, maybe they'll lose.
Oh, the emotional part is talking now.
This one, right? Nobody psycho him. He own self psycho own self.
Yeah, bias.
If it makes any difference, they say after Masuaku is coming back, the step over king. So I don't know.
No difference.
He can do so many step overs that confuse the whole
First time hearing that name in my life, so.
I think it will still be Aaron Cresswell over Masuaku.
I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be a draw. I think 1-1.
Actually, I think from these two games, how they didn't really show up against Man U, how they collapsed against Arsenal, I think it doesn't bode well for West Ham's top 4 chances. Going to go 2-1 also, same as Robin. This is potentially the biggest game of this week. Newcastle are facing Spurs. Spurs have had a pretty mixed week, I guess you can say. First, Jose Mourinho went into the North London derby, taunting Arsenal with his shithousery again, saying he only looks up in the league table. He got beaten in the North London derby. In the Europa League also, he lost to Dinamo Zagreb. Quite an amazing scoreline. I couldn't really believe it when I woke up and saw the scoreline. So, of course, maybe the only bright spark is, of course, Eric Lamella's goal. Possibly goal of the season. It blew Reguilon's mind. So,
yeah.
Eric Lamella.
Maybe that counts for something.
Scoring wonderful goal, like wonder goals.
And then he got sent off. So, So very mixed bag for Spurs. On the other hand, I guess maybe you can talk to Manjun about Newcastle's past week. Looked like it was starting to look up. After their draw, and then they went and lost 3-0 to fellow relegation fighters Brighton. It's now 2 wins in 18 games for Newcastle.
That's like Sheffield's form already, almost.
I think it's worse than Sheffield's form.
Yeah, I was also say that. Pardon me for being optimistic last week because of our 3 draws. Stressing is coming. But the silver lining of this game was that I'm lucky I didn't watch it, so I didn't waste my time. Other than that, congrats to Robert Sanchez for being in the Spanish league. Other than that, nothing fucking else to say.
Okay. Does it mean it's now a straight fight between Newcastle and Fulham? Are Brighton out of it already?
I would say lah. I would say.
Okay.
The thing is that right, Brighton has always been playing well. So the moment they start picking up form, that is pick up wins, right? Then that is, I think that's the end of it. And we couldn't capitalize on them being shit for so long. So kudos to Brighton. But then if your challenger is Newcastle, I mean, there's nothing too difficult about it lah. You just start getting like 1 point every 3 games. But for this game, no, I don't think so. I don't think anything will change. Perhaps Bruce will start being adventurous in this game just because they're playing at home. You know what I mean? Just to show people, hey, actually I can attack, I know how to attack too. But end up losing the game anyway. Do you think Callum Wilson will be back for this game? Apparently he's training.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I think he was supposed to be back early April. I think this course is early April.
By then we relegated early April.
Come down early April soon, not so soon.
Okay. I mean,
do you want to rush him back though?
We already have 9 games. I'm sorry. I mean, if he comes back for this game like 50% and he scores the winning goal for us and he like suffers a season-ending injury, it's all worth it. Because we need the 3 points no matter what.
Okay.
I mean, not you'll come from nowhere. So, but then again, even if he comes back, I don't think we'll win this game. I think Spurs will be too strong. Even though their form not too good, but but it's all well. Like still better than Newcastle. No, I have no faith. Bruce will put out the correct tactics for this. He'll put out a correct formation for this. He'll probably still play everyone at the center, Joelinton at the wings. No way. 2-0 Spurs.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be quite a clear Spurs win. I'll say 3-0.
Oh, okay. It's a big win for Spurs.
I think it'll be 2-0 lah. I think actually Spurs form isn't that bad coming into this. It's like they have only, I think, 1 loss in the past 5 games.
In the Premier League, 1 loss.
In the Premier League, like
okay.
Not discounting the collapse at Europa League and the loss against Arsenal was quite good. Other than that, they had 4 wins in 5 games.
Okay.
So I don't think Newcastle will trouble them that much. No matter how shit they play, Newcastle cannot capitalize on it.
Just remember that form doesn't matter when you play Newcastle. Like Sheffield had the worst form of 20 games and they still won us.
Yeah, I'm going to make it full house for Spurs win.
Full house. 4-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Spurs also. Next up, we have, we already talked a little bit about Brighton. So back-to-back wins for Brighton for the first time this season. 2 goals in 2 games for Leandro Trossard, now also full Belgian international. Brighton to get anything from Old Trafford?
Yes, Of course they are going to get stuff. I feel like Brighton has huge momentum coming in this game. And also now, it's like a battle of the number 2 for Spain, number 3 for Spain, right? In terms of goalkeeper.
Oh, okay. Although nowadays, Man U are playing Dean Henderson.
Oh, really? Sucks to be you here, but I think should be quite interesting. I think they'll pose quite a threat, Brighton. I think I gotta use it. I gotta use my 2-2 card here.
I really want to say that Brighton's taking off, which they are. Man U's form also not bad. So
yeah, Man U are unbeaten in 9 games. In the league, of course, because they got knocked out of the FA Cup.
I think
I'm going to say that I really enjoyed seeing them lose.
Who they lose to?
They knocked out.
Leicester.
Oh yes.
Yeah, are they still in the Europa League?
Sadly, they are.
Yeah, they won Milan. How the hell? But Ibra didn't really play, right? Oh my.
Yeah, I think Milan got a lot of injuries or something like that.
As much as I want Brighton to win and they have like 2 back-to-back wins, but I think that's the extent of their winning streak. I think Man U gonna, but they also have a penchant for going for random draws on it. Brighton don't have it. It's either they win or they lose. They don't really go for
Brighton, I think, have the most number of draws in the league, though. I think.
Yeah, really? I think so. They draw quite a few. That's why they never win. They keep drawing.
Oh, 11. Okay. Then I'll go for a draw. It's like a optimistic.
that was the push he needed to make sure that Man U drop points.
Push is a tap, man.
I don't need anything else.
I poked him 1 time only.
Okay.
I think I'll go for a draw. I think 2-2.
Hey,
same.
Okay, Robin, can I interest you in also making it to be a 2-2?
No. As much as I would love it to be,
Here's the 2-2.
I would love Brighton to win, but I think Man U will win lah. Sad to say. I think it'll be 2-1 Man U.
So I go for the Brighton win. I don't think so. I'll go for a lower scoring draw. I'll go 1-1 between Man U and Brighton. Yeah, I think Brighton are safe already. Yeah, I think it really is a 2-horse race at the bottom already. Yeah. Okay, so we'll be talking about this two-horse race a little bit more. Fulham will be away to Aston Villa, who without Jack Grealish really haven't performed much.
No. I hope
Yeah,
he'll be back for this game.
but Jack Grealish could be back for this game. The international break maybe gave him enough time to recuperate and everything. Fulham also not going into this in good form anymore. They've lost 3 of the last 4.
Yeah, Lao Hong already. So.
Right. I think, although I would say though, one of them was against Man City. The Spurs game a little bit unlucky. Although I would say the Leeds game, we actually probably one of our worst performances this season. Yeah. Although I think it's more because Leeds were really good during the game. A lot of the pressure. They were hunting in packs and everything. I think our defense couldn't handle we didn't have a lot of time on the ball. So there was one period of Leeds scored the winning goal where we had a shot cleared off the line, and from that counter, Leeds scored a second goal. Perhaps could be a very important passage of play in the grand scheme of things in the season. Maybe that would cause us to go down. Villa are winless in 4. I'm going to go a draw here though. I think Jack Grealish will be back for this game. Hard to say that he'll be back in top form, but I'm going to go 1-1.
I pray to the high heavens he comes back. He has to come back. The games that he hasn't been playing, I think Villa struggle to score. I mean, the games have been so terrible. So without him, I would say Fulham actually has a high chance of winning this game. Because I see Fulham scoring more than Villa.
Never know, Mitrovic scored 3 during the international break.
Yeah, he always scores 10. He always goes crazy for Serbia, but they end up don't qualify anything.
Although the last time when he lost his form was because he played for Serbia and missed the penalty that could have sent them to the Euros. So maybe there's an inverse effect for this one.
Yeah. My wish, right, if Jack Grealish doesn't play, doesn't matter, because Ollie Watkins is now a full-fledged English international. So hopefully he will carry them.
Scoring against San Marino.
It's a start.
Yeah,
So,
Jesse Lingard also in the score.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay lah, no choice lah. Need to save my precious club. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Villa win.
Iman?
I think I've been optimistic on Fulham too much already.
That's right.
You can see from the bias episode. So, and I mean, I think you already lose steam already. No more momentum left. I think I'll go for 1-0 Villa.
Yeah, same man. I have been very anti-Villa and a bit pro Villa for quite a long time.
That's true.
Try to fix the...
It's the time to be pro Villa right now for this game only.
Yeah, for this game, at least I need to balance it out. I think Ollie Watkins would pop up with a goal. 1-0 for Villa.
Okay. Although I will remind you all, we are not going to have another my own bias, so no need to tamper with your table anymore. Maybe one next season if we're still recording. But okay, in terms of the next game, both of these teams are sort of on the edge of a relegation fight. Possibly, Burnley are no longer in it because of their positive momentum, but Southampton have been pretty shit in the last few games. 4 points from 12 games. Maybe could still see them get sucked in, if Newcastle and Fulham start winning, maybe. But are these teams already safe?
Hell yes.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Do you?
I think so. I think they're safe.
No, think about it. If this week both of them lose, right, and Newcastle win, suddenly Newcastle is just 1 point behind them.
We have been saying Newcastle win for 20 games. I think it's time we slow that down a bit. But then, I mean, just on besides the context of relegation fight, I think Burnley have been playing very well recently.
That's true. You want to give them more love about their victory against Everton.
McNeil, anybody, all the white guys in Burnley's team, congrats to you. So because of
At first, I thought that was a racist comment, but I think they really are all white guys.
It's all white guys. That's right. It's all white guys. It's Sean Dyche's transfer policy. It's only white guys. Because I heard quite racist. I don't like Patrick because he's rich, but anyway, going to go for a comfortable Burnley win. 2-0 Burnley.
Okay, I'm going to go 1-0 Burnley win. I sort of want to see Southampton get a win also, but I somehow don't see it. I think they will continue to suck throughout the rest of the season. It's a matter of whether...
Imagine if Southampton is the one that go down. Walao.
Wow. That would be one of the biggest collapse.
Walao. Imagine they sell all their players. Walao. That would be amazing.
The international break is sort of like a reset. Now you come back and you don't know whose form is how now. If you win, right, you lose the momentum. You lose, you also lose the momentum of losing. So it's like a reset. I don't think Southampton will win. It's not that they haven't been trying the past few weeks. It's just that they cannot do it. If they don't start stringing wins together now for Southampton, I don't know if they're gonna make it. Honestly.
Although I think I went to go and see Southampton's run in. They're facing almost all bottom sides lah. So the fate is in their own hands. If they lose to all the other bottom sides, then of course they're going to go down.
I think it'll be a draw. I think it's going to be 0-0. Boring game.
Yeah, I was quite inclined to go with Burnley, but I got a feeling this is the type of game where it's going to be a draw. 1-1 lah, 1-1.
James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah,
Has to
maybe
be a
right.
little
What
bit,
Prowse again? Walao, this type of stupid
And
goals.
now also an England international.
Yeah, Gareth Southgate anyhow one. It's like
Caps for you, caps for you, caps for everybody. Everton, last time out lost against Burnley. I think this sort of takes them out a little bit of the top 4 race already. They are still at home now against Crystal Palace. They've already lost 7 out of their 14 home games. And the 7 games they've lost against are all, mid-table to smaller teams. Crystal Palace is the epitome of a mid-table team. So will Crystal Palace be able to beat Everton? Because Jordan Pickford is still out with an injury.
whatever lah. He's so
that's
trash.
true.
Their sub keeper was damn good in the cup game, right?
Virginia, something like that, right?
Oh,
Virginia.
Joao Virginia.
Yeah, Jordan Virginia. I feel it's important that it's quite a factor that Jordan Pickford isn't playing. Because I feel these few weeks he has been playing quite well. Like, he isn't as unsteady as he was during that period where he was fucking unsteady. Then suddenly, don't know, just having a... I was going to say virgin keeper. That's the wrong way to say it. Having a rookie
Was it supposed
keeper,
to be a pun or something?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Bad fun. Cancel that. Having a rookie keeper, right, coming in on this stage in the season, I don't think it's very promising. I don't think it's a good situation to come into. Because the thing about rookie keepers, sometimes they are prone to mistakes that even Jordan Pickford might not even make. So, and yeah, I don't think it will affect this game though. Because Crystal Palace is so uninspiring. I don't know what's going on with them. Even though Zaha is back.
Basically, our entire analysis this season on Crystal Palace is whether Zaha is playing or not.
Is Zaha FC? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Aiyo.
There's nothing to them.
When he leaves, that's it. There's nothing to play already. 6-16 every season. I think Everton should have enough because I don't think they have any major injuries. Their injuries have been the same players have been injured the whole season. 1-0 Everton win.
I think Palace will score 1 so that it could be one of those potentially Everton drop points. But I think Everton will eke out a win here. So I'm going to go 2-1 Everton.
I'm going to go with a draw. Yeah. I think it's going to be 1-1.
Everton should win. Maybe not that much. Maybe. Oh no, but
but no is the part where Imran realised, right, Everton's still competing for top 4.
yeah, but I say Everton going to
It's
go.
like, wait, cannot be Everton win already.
No, that's not. No, but I'm going for Everton win.
Okay.
3-1.
Aiming to see
3-1 Everton win. Okay.
3-1 Everton win. Crystal Palace always let me down.
They let everybody down. They let their own fans down. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They still mid-table, so cannot really say that.
We can talk about the last top 4 contender for today. Chelsea against West Brom. Well, sorry to put this so late, but I think this is a foregone conclusion. Unless anybody wants to be bold enough to predict a West Brom win.
Why not, right? I go for 1-1.
You can go at last time 3-3, right?
To be fair, correct, yeah.
Oh my god.
I go for 1-1
I'm quite sure Havertz will play false 9. Probably Havertz, Werner, and Mount. They should be the front 3. But I think it'll be back 3 back to the 3-4-2-1 formation. But yeah, I don't see Chelsea conceding against West Brom anymore. I think it'll be a revenge thrashing. No chance of a 3-3.
Okay.
I'm going for 3-0. We are
okay.
due for a big
confident
win.
again,
We are due for a big win.
Crucially, no disconnection this time.
Yeah.
I think safe
Safe.
Won't have a disconnection. Yeah, I'm going to go slightly low on there. I'm going to go Chelsea 2-0.
I think it's definitely a Chelsea win. Just win how much only?
Okay.
Big 3-0.
Okay, the next is a Yorkshire derby. Leeds against Sheffield United. Sheffield United are gone already, probably. Chris Wilder also gone, and they replaced him with a manager with a surname that's quite befitting of their position.
I love it. It's so typical. So typical Sheffield name.
Who's that, yeah?
It was the caretaker, right? The assistant, was it?
Yeah, assistant manager.
Yeah.
Of course, if this counts as a manager bounce, there was an inverse bounce. They lost 5-0. So it's the biggest defeat of the season. Bad decision to sack Chris Wilder.
If their aim is to come back up next season, I think it's a mistake. You know what I mean? But if they plan to overhaul anyway, then it doesn't really matter. But the good news is, right, when Brian Booster goes out of the championship, right? Then he'll start scoring goals again. So why not, right? Why not? Since it's a random game, I could go for Sheffield win.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
interesting.
Out of nowhere.
Whatever his
He's
name
going for the
is,
clutch.
he got bottom. Whatever his name is, he can get his first win lah.
New manager bounce.
Yeah, I go for a 2-1 Sheffield win.
Okay. I'm also gonna take this as sort of a free hit, but I'm just gonna go
7-0.
4-1 Leeds.
Leeds always do this one. I think they're gonna score a lot and then some small
That's true
score.
also. Then it'll be like 1-0 like that.
4-3. Could
So is that what you're gonna
I'll go for 2-0 lah, Leeds.
Okay, then I'll go for a fun scoreline also. Then I'll go for back-to-back Sheffield 5-0 loss.
Beautiful.
Wow, okay.
So let's
Let me
go
tell you,
Leeds.
5-0, the guy should be gone.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, just sack him after 2
The guy
games.
should be gone after 2 games, I mean, tell you. Oh my god.
Okay. So the team that actually did the 5-0 to Sheffield United actually have a pretty big game, but I guess you can say these two teams quite comfortable in the top 4 already, so we've left them all the way behind. Leicester against Man City. Never thought that would be the last game of our show, but it is. Kelechi Iheanacho scoring again in the FA Cup. Is now 5 goals in 3 games now.
Leicester, I can see Brendan Rodgers, he go into the game, just like sit back, hit them on the counter. It's like very standard one. Like, you're just gonna get wrecked by Man City. I think it's gonna be like 2-0 Man City.
I'll be a bit more conservative. 2-1 Man City.
Yeah, why not? Go for 4-1 Man City.
Oh,
Wow,
okay, big
Yeah, Joe,
result for this
95th minute consolation.
Okay, I'm gonna go quite the opposite of yours. I'm gonna go 1-0 Man City only.
Oh, I thought
They
Leicester.
have a
I
little
thought
bit of
Leicester-
tendency to like not go full throttle in the Premier League now that it's only already more or less
Natural
sewn
goal.
up.
Maybe Sergio Aguerooo gonna be inspired because he's leaving, right? So
That's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
he got a random hat trick out of nowhere.
A bit sad though now that he's leaving. I think he's like still third in the all-time top scorer in the Premier League. Like could have gone for.
Fourth, I think.
Was it fourth?
Alan Shearer, Wayne Rooney,
Henry.
Frank
and-
Lampard, I think
and-
is third.
no,
Harry
Andy
Kane.
Cole.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
Henry. Oh,
Oh,
not
Andy
Henry.
Cole. Yeah.
Yeah,
Andy Cole.
because
Oh,
I
I
remember an article saying, is he gonna overtake Andy Cole or not?
Yeah.
He's like 6 goals behind, I think.
I think
Can
may
this
not
thing.
may not be able to with his
Sad.
form and everything.
Remaining. Yeah, but he got a potential of scoring random hat tricks out of nowhere.
That's
Just
true also lah.
Just like random hat trick.
And I guess Man City, nothing much to play for last few games of the season. They can just continue playing. It could be his farewell tour lah, in a sense. Who do you think will replace Sergio Aguero at Man City? If anybody, do they
Let's
need
go.
a striker?
Erling Haaland. Let's
Holland,
go.
Holland.
Let's
Erling
go.
Haaland.
Erling Haaland. Then they're unstoppable, let me tell you. Oh my god.
So no
Yeah.
Harry Kane now.
Harry Kane, like, it's so,
No,
it's so
definitely
old.
not Harry Kane. Harry Kane.
Yeah, it's so unlike Man City to buy players from their rivals.
Well, they
Do
have
they,
a
do they buy
few.
like Tevez? Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, Kyle Walker.
Yeah,
was-
Adebayor also.
But it doesn't fit the mold. That's like, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It-
Kane doesn't really.
It doesn't fit the mold of like
Old player.
Actually, if
foreign
anything,
attackers.
Harry Kane does sort of fit their current style of play. Like right now they play with a false 9. Harry Kane would drop back, help out with the build-up play and all that. That's sort of the
Maybe
reason
lah.
why Guardiola didn't really like Aguero, because he doesn't add much to the creativity and all that. He will convert chances in the box. So a little bit different.
Maybe they should go for both. Because now FFP also gone in, right?
I don't know
I
if
thought they
confirmed.
coming out with some news.
It's a new not gone but
I
yeah.
thought it's gone. So they can spend
Yeah.
500 million on both Harry
I
Kane
mean,
and Erling Haaland.
you remove your command, you replace it with something.
Yes.
They won't just let it YOLO, like it's like free for all.
YOLO,
You got money,
what the
you just
oil
Yeah,
money.
you know what? Forget it. Just anyone can spend anything.
Okay.
Maybe they just short on manpower, they're like fuck it, we don't want to pay all these people already. Just disband the committee.
Well, maybe it's Arsene Wenger's committee. You never know.
Yeah, I said one person enough. Just like making all the rules.
He is the committee.
Man, recently Liverpool linked to some like defensive guy, I don't even know who's here.
Who's yeah?
The Komate or some shit.
Oh, the
Ibrahima Konate, I think.
is it?
Konate,
Oh.
yeah.
Go on,
At Leipzig, is it?
I know,
Leipzig,
like,
like
and then
partner for the
go
Arsenal.
holding scam people. It's like breaking news. Past the medical already. Like, what the
Ah, yeah.
from
Well,
where?
that's what they always say,
No,
man.
lah,
It's
pass,
Liverpool
cannot be
fan,
past
right, and
medical
confirm,
this kind of nonsense.
Aiyo.
I'm like, where did this come from? I'm like, you buy so many defensive player for what? Just got 2 only.
I tell you, Ben Davies will never play a game for Liverpool.
Come already, like you like that, you never start over like Ozan Kabak. He's like some 20-year-old on loan somewhere. Like you never start over him. Like,
Ben
no
Davies
chance
feels
already.
like a Michael Hector. Don't play real things like that.
I think they buy then they realize then during the training he like them trash and like, oh shit. You cannot
But
even.
then
you
he's your
cannot even-
scouts cui, what?
I thought Michael Hector was because of the
Homegrown
English quotation, English quotes, but Ben Davies don't know. I mean, he on sale lah.
Yeah, because it's not as if it's not as if Liverpool don't have enough English players. He's so biased to Liverpool, I just, replace it with...
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool equals England. Yeah, I besides Man City playing Dortmund in the Champions League. That's it lah. Haaland to Man City confirm.
Oh, during the game, you got discussion already.
Talk to him and they
Confirm full time. They confirm talk.
You see why after the end game, why Guardiola in the Dortmund training room?
Straight away sign.
Yeah. Ayo.
Yeah, no, I think really I think it's like the previous era of like the good attacking players all cui. It's like Dybala cui, then so okay, Lukaku is like reviving his career a bit, but it's like people don't really know he can do it or not at like the top level also.
Yeah, at the Champions League or
yeah,
at the Euros.
okay.
Yeah,
Then
not quite sure yet.
Morata also cui. It's like last time also like some up and coming, then after that there was also nothing really. Then now like Timo Werner also a bit cui. So it's like all the next generation all cui. Then then you no choice have to go and look at some 20-year-old guy. So.
Have you heard about Fandi Ahmad's son?
How old is he?
Walao. Wait until his NS over. That his time will come.
I think Gareth Southgate another Oli.
Yeah,
really, just give the PR answer, then like good vibes, and then that's it already.
Fuck, it sounds like Steve Bruce.
Remember Steve Bruce I don't
Bruce
know.
is the dust yourself down.
I heard, but then according to rumors now, not rumors, like news, no one likes him anymore.
Who likes him before?
Okay.
I might actually like him already.
What's his name? One of your wingers, pick a fight, Matt Ritchie.
Matt Ritchie lah, ayo.
Yeah, call him a coward.
Then you want fight, is it? You want to meet him outside the stadium or something?
Coward. Did you all watch Godzilla vs. Kong?
That's not even a proper segue.
Where are you segueing that to?
You all watch? You never watch?
Don't have lah.
Does it have anything got to do with coward or not?
Yes, of course. You go watch. Don't make me spoil for you. Just go and watch.
Got anything to do with Steve Bruce or not?
Not at all.
Or maybe he makes a cameo appearance.
You will learn how to do the sign language for coward. But anyway, okay.
Wow, man.
Okay,
What a great
I think,
podcast.
speaking of feedback, we've also taken some feedback from you all, and we've decided to come up with a different avenue for you to appreciate our show. If you don't want to see our faces, you can just listen to our voices. You can go to our Spotify link for our episode this time round. Hopefully, you've enjoyed our review of Matchweek 30. So from all of us here, even though we know nothing, hopefully today you've learned something. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. News speak now, because Spotify.
Yeah, cannot just like that.
Outro music. This kind of thing.